Hey there YouTube, this is sjm4306 back with another review. So, I was contacted once again by, so hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, Vankyo. They had contacted me and they wanted to send me a projector. Last time I reviewed one of their Android TV boxes, I wanted to see, they said that they have a video projector, and I've reviewed quite a number of them from a couple different brands. And so I wanted to see exactly what makes this guy different. And this is actually the Vankyo Leisure. I believe it's Leisure. It says here on the side, Leisure 3. So I guess this is sort of a third generation product. Anyway, this is obviously an LED type projector. The box is really small, actually. I like how it has this like little handle to hold it too. Their packaging is really good in general. At least on the one other product that I received of theirs. Anyway, so just reading off the spec sheet, it says it has 3-watt audio. It has wireless video, so you can actually cast from your phone or your tablet to this guy. That's going to be cool to test out. It says 3600, I guess, lumens. Not sure exactly how they calculate that, but just in terms of this price range, I'll put links down below to the product and whatnot, and I'll also make note in a comment right now what the price is. I don't know off the top of my head, but anyway, I'm guessing this is going to be somewhere maybe a couple hundred lumens, something like that, realistically, for how small this is. And it says it supports 1080p, but I believe native, this is probably going to be, I want to say WVGA resolution, maybe 720p, I'm not sure, but we'll take a look at the image quality. That'll be the easiest way to determine that. Anyway, surprisingly not really any specifications on the box. That's interesting. Customer support, that's about it. So I guess let's just open it. Okay. This is really nice, actually. I did see on the sales page. It actually comes with its own case, which makes a lot of sense, because this is supposed to be a, well, portable projector. Portable in terms of you can take this around with you, and you know, take this to an office building or your friend's house or whatever. Obviously, this is AC powered, so you're gonna be, it can't run off batteries or anything. You need to be within adapter distance to a wall outlet. But really nice case. I really like this. And everything, wow, everything's like really nicely packed inside too. You can see here, there's a sleeve on the top for the manual, and there's a quick start guide as well as the other manual. Has a keystone, focus, pretty much what you'd expect, and Wi-Fi, most importantly. And yeah, just all the outlets. You can actually take a look at the unit itself. I always like these infographics of things you shouldn't do to an anthropomorphic projector. I guess don't let it blow on you. Don't let it sweep. That's horrible. Don't stab it with a screwdriver. Wow, that's horrifying. I mean, look at its face. It's in pain. Don't tilt it off a table. Don't put a blanket on it. And it says it doesn't like PowerPoint, Excel, or Word, I guess. I don't know. Exclamation point. Not quite sure what that's saying, but yeah, you could see AC adapter. It likes movies and videos. Gotta close those curtains. And what is even going on here? It's pulling its own plug out and it wet itself. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. That's just getting weird. Anyway, we have the full manual here. Very nice printing, and the actual paper stock's really nice. That's an odd thing to concentrate on in a review, but they definitely put a lot of effort into presentation and packaging. Anyway, I've rambled on already for 5 minutes. We haven't even actually seen the projector itself. It comes with one of these remotes. This is, I really like the buttons on these. 2 AAA batteries. I'll have to grab some. Has every button that you would need to control it. Here's the HDMI. Nice. I really hate when I buy product with HDMI inputs and it doesn't come with a cable, because the cables are cheap. It should just include it, so kudos for them. Has AV input. It has composite input. Nice. So we can hook this up to some old game consoles, and that's cool. Just has a standard 4-pin 3.5mm jack on the other end. We have the AC. This is like a figure 8 lead for the adapter. We have VGA. That's interesting that they include this. Nice as a legacy input, so I can hook this up to, you know, my old laptop. Anyway, has these nice Velcro strips. But yeah, I really love these plastic bags. They're really nice. So I always try to keep them and reuse them. Anyway, we have the projector itself here, and you can see this is actually really small. Wow. Has a nice lens cap there. Nice that it includes that. It's sort of rubberized. Good thing to keep dust. If you get fingerprints all over the lens, it's just going to make the image appear blurry and darker. We have a protective plastic coating on here. Wait, ASMR time. So satisfying. Yeah, it's glossy on here. Here it has their logo. It's actually really nice. Glossy, and then it's matte on this side. Here's the keystone. And it's pretty much like every other projector keystone. I can feel there's some sort of mechanism inside that's tilting something. You can hear it even. So this will allow you to adjust the image up and down just a bit. Well, the actual tilt of it. So you can align this correctly if this isn't quite straight on the wall. Anyway, here we have the lens itself, and it's pretty large. That'll definitely help with getting light out. Just put that in there. We have a vent on the front. I can see some, looks like a heat pipe and a heat sink. So that's where the cooling is, and yeah, you can definitely see here. This is very wide open. That's a good thing. That'll definitely help with cooling. We have the IR sensor on the back. So there's only one IR sensor on here. We'll have to see how the remote distance and response is. We have, actually, yeah, we have, it looks like, that's interesting. That's like a blinking plate. It looks like maybe they were planning, but they didn't implement it. Like there was supposed to be another jack there. But there's a blinking plate, and it looks like it just isn't popped out. Interesting. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Doesn't exist on this model. See another blinking plate here, I guess for a second USB port. This doesn't run Android or anything. It has its own like proprietary OS, I guess you can call it. So obviously you're not going to be plugging keyboards or anything into this. So one USB just for a thumb drive or a hard drive. That's it. That's what you get. We have VGA, HDMI. It actually takes micro SD cards, so you can actually play media directly off of an SD card. That's cool. Has a AV port, that 3.5mm jack, and a headphone jack. I really like when projectors have that, so that you can hook this up to a much better sounding external speaker. Because I'm sure the speaker in here is loud enough, but if you're watching a movie and you kind of want a theater sort of feel, you're going to want to hook up an external like Bluetooth speaker or a wired speaker. And I don't believe this has Bluetooth, so you're going to have to go the wired route. Anyway, we have the buttons on the top here. Very nice and clicky, tactile. It has kind of the standard D-pad looking navigation buttons. Source select, looks like menu, back, and power. And there's a nice little, I'm guessing that's just the power status LED. Other than that, on the back, we just kind of have more venting. Looks like the speakers here. And we have, the AC adapter is actually built into the unit. That's nice. So you don't have a separate power brick. You just plug this directly into the wall. That's cool. So yeah, other than that, on the bottom, we have a adjustment footy, which actually stands out so that you can adjust the height of this. just slightly the tilt if your table isn't quite high enough. So this looks very nice from the outside. Let's actually plug this in, fire it up. I'll give it a quick test, and I'll give you my thoughts on it after using it for a little while. So let me get set up on that. Okay, so let's give this guy a test firing up. It's sort of a janky setup. I have it on my bed. One thing that I do have to say is I wish that this cord were longer. It's really hard in my space that I live in to find an outlet that's close enough in a room that's dark enough and big enough to fit my screen. This is my screen. I think it's 84 inches diagonal, and this is what we're going to be projecting on. And we do have some windows here that are obviously letting some light in, but we'll just see just how the brightness looks. This is sort of not the best case scenario of lighting condition, but this projector actually performs pretty decently. So we'll just fire it up. I have the remote, see the splash screen, and I have it all dialed in terms of the keystoning and the focus. You can see here it suggests about 9.8 feet away from the screen. Right now, once it gets to the main screen, you can see much easier. Here we go. You can see the image is, I think that's probably about 40 inches, maybe give or take a couple inches. But you can see, just in terms of how big this remote is, it's a fairly large image. And the image quality appears to be somewhere around WVGA. So that'll be, what, 800 by 480 or something like that, 854 by 480-ish. It's difficult to tell on these projectors, but it seems to be about standard definition, obviously extra width for widescreen content. Anyway, what's really cool is you can see up here in the corner, there's a Wi-Fi symbol. You can actually connect this straight up to your home network. And right now, you can access YouTube, for instance. So I can just go in here, and it'll load up YouTube, which is crazy, directly from a projector. Now, this does not sign into your account or anything like that. I don't believe there is the ability to do that, but you can easily search through any videos. So we can just pull up, just as a test, one of my videos. Now, one thing that does annoy me is this keyboard isn't in QWERTY, it's alphabetical. So it takes some getting used to, because I'm just so used to typing on a QWERTY format keyboard. There we go. Pops right up. And it loads pretty fast too. We'll just play the first video that came up. This is my video, so there should be no copyright claims. So you can see just how long it takes to load. And we're in. This is the built-in speaker. I'll turn it all the way up. Hey there YouTube, this is sjm4306 and this is the... So just mute that for a second. But yeah, you can see here everything, it's pretty responsive actually. Let's see, how would I fast forward? There you go. So it's just pressing the right button. That's sort of intuitive. And we'll just go straight into playing that. And it's pretty much instant. Yeah, you can see there. I can just scroll through the video. It does kind of dim the video when you're in this menu, which I guess is fine. Yeah, but it's pretty quick. I'm surprised. And the image quality looks pretty good, actually. Maybe my focus is a little bit off. But yeah, this is in a room with a little bit of ambient light, and at 40 inches is perfectly watchable. I could sit here and watch this. In a dark room, you could probably easily go double the size. You can go up to probably 80 or 90-inch image. Now, at the resolution, WVGA, I probably wouldn't push it much beyond about 50 or 60 inches. You'll start noticing the pixel size will get larger, obviously, the larger the image is. Yeah, YouTube app works pretty well. I wish you could sign in and have it, like, remember. I just go in here. I wish it could, you know, sign into your account. But you can just, if you know what video you're looking for, or you just want to watch random videos, this works perfectly fine. Loads pretty fast. Image looks good. And Quala TV, I believe it's some kind of streaming video service, kind of like YouTube-ish. So I don't know. Anyway, that's for the internet side of things. And in order to sign in, you have to obviously go into settings, and you can go into network here and find your Wi-Fi, and you have to type it in using the on-screen keyboard and the remote, unfortunately. Beyond that, we have projection. We can swap if you want to have it on the ceiling or in reverse. You can do all that. That's really cool. Language, boot source. So you can have it set to automatically go to either HDMI, home, VGA, AV, media. Just leave that on home. You have a sleep timer, and also updates. If they ever update the firmware, you can actually install it via here. Information actually has memory installed. So I'm thinking this is some sort of skin version of Android that it's running. And that's how they get the YouTube capability and whatnot. So that's pretty cool, actually. And I'm surprised if that's true, if it's running some kind of Linux in the background, because it boots up pretty darn fast. So that's pretty impressive. Anyway, so we can go in and let's try Miracast. Now, so I have a tablet right here, and you can directly connect from a tablet without Wi-Fi directly to this projector. But I have noticed it's pretty laggy and it stutters pretty badly. So we're going to have the tablet connected via the same Wi-Fi, so my home network, and that'll speed things along. So just give me a second to get that set up. Okay, so we have my tablet here, and so we're going to want to search for devices. So I'm kind of doing this one-handed. Yeah, so let's go into Miracast first. Okay, now it's transmitting. So now we should be able to find... There we go. It pops right up, ZYcast. Just click that. It should connect. Hopefully. There we go, connecting. There we go, success. So it takes a couple seconds. This is the first time I've connected to my tablet. I usually use the phone that I'm filming on, but obviously I can't film and transmit video to this projector at the same time, so we'll make do with what we got. So anyway, we can go into here, and I have my channel trailer, so we'll just fire that up real quick and see the latency. Holy volume. So yeah, it's loud. And we can scrub through. Yeah. So yeah, this actually works much better if you are using your home Wi-Fi. If you try to direct connect, like I said, directly from a tablet or phone to the projector, it's really stuttery and there's kind of high latency, but streaming through your home network works just fine. And this looks great. So yeah, you can just scroll through. You can see relatively real time. And there we go. So finally, so I'll disconnect this. I'll just turn this off. So I've exited now. Now let's see the onboard media playback. So I do have a thumb drive. It's a 128 gig SD or thumb drive, USB drive attached. So we'll just go into this, and they've actually separated based off of you can view text. I don't know why you'd want to, but I guess for a presentation you can do photos, music, and movie. And so let's see, I believe I have a few test images, so just to see what the image quality is like. Now these are 1080p test images, and this is nowhere near 1080p projector, so obviously you're going to see it falls off pretty fast. So we can go back out, look at this one. But overall, it's actually not bad looking for a standard definition projector. And given the price, you really can't expect for a sub $100 or around $100 projector to really get an HD image. You can see the color bars. The colors are nice and vibrant too. I really like that. Now I did tune the color settings just a little bit. So obviously straight from the factory, you might need to work on that. But we can actually, let's go back up and check out a movie. Let's see. So here I have some MP4s. Once again, we can check out one of my movies. Yeah, so the audio is pretty loud. Now, the fan running on the unit itself, it's definitely noticeable. You will definitely hear this if it's right next to you. But it's sort of a necessary evil. I'd rather have something that runs a little bit louder and then compensate by increasing, plugging in external speakers or turning the volume up, rather than having something that runs hot. So there we go. You can actually, you can use the fast forward and rewind buttons, it looks like. And there you go. This is actually going to be an 18 meg. See the volume there? The volume's a little slow, honestly. You have to press and hold it, and it does accelerate a little bit, but it takes a while. And there's 100 steps on it, so that's at least good. But yeah, you can see, you can go down here and access the submenu as well. And here you can change the color temperature, like I said, of the image, just to get it to look how you want, as well as the aspect ratio, brightness, contrast, all that. Pretty much what you'd expect from a video player. And yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. We'll just zoom through the video here. And it's snappy. This is a 1080p video file. So this is playing just well off the USB thumb drive. So yeah, definitely you can use this for movie night. So we'll just back up out of this. And yeah, there we go. So if you have iOS, Android phone or tablet that's capable of streaming video via like Miracast or AirPlay, whatever they call it, you can use this to project your videos onto the big screen, basically, or any wall, in fact. And you can see in this room, it's clearly pretty bright inside, and the image is plenty bright enough. If you're in a pitch black room, the image would pop a lot more. And definitely having one of these projector screens, the pop-up ones, are really cool to have. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Vankyo for sending this guy to me. It was sort of a Christmas gift. I reviewed in the past their Android TV box, and it's good to see that they put a lot of quality and effort into their products. And I'm not just saying that because they sent this projector to me, but this is actually something that I would find very useful personally. And the fact that it comes with this little travel bag, the fact that the entire projector is, not much larger than my hand. So this is actually one of the smallest projectors that I have right now. And I would class this as fairly portable. The only thing, as I said, is I really wish this cord were longer, but it's a standard figure 8 lead cord, so you can actually go out and buy a longer cord. So that's not that big of an issue. The fan, I wish were a little bit more quiet, but I kind of understand why it's that way. If I feel that this has been running for maybe about 15 minutes by now, and it's just warm. That's it. It's not hot. So that's the reason why this fan is here, is to keep the components cool. So hopefully that LED inside here will last to the rated, 50,000, 100,000 hours, something like that. Anyway, all in all, this is pretty good. So I guess we'll shut this off and just confirm. And there we go. And just get that lens cap back on. Now, obviously, I get a lot of comments on these LED projectors of, oh, they're not nearly as bright as one that uses a conventional lamp, or the image quality isn't as sharp as an HD projector. Well, to be fair, this isn't supposed to compete with those projectors. If you want like a super high resolution projector and one that's really high brightness, you're not going to get it for this price point. You're not going to get it for anywhere close to this price point. This projector retails for around $100 plus shipping. So really in that price point, you're kind of limited to sort of standard definition, or if you're lucky, maybe you might get a 720p projector. But all in all, I think this is actually pretty good value. This would be good actually for kids. It's solidly built. It's pretty indestructible. And definitely helps that it comes with a padded case with slots for all the cables and everything like that. So this, I could definitely see this being set up like in a child's room or something, or even just for a family night in the backyard. Just get a longer extension cable on this. But yeah, overall, I really like that it has so many inputs, different SD cards you can plug in, AV, HDMI, USB, VGA. Vankyo did a great job of connectivity with the wireless, the wireless video, the YouTube, as well as the screencasting from a mobile phone works great. So that's probably how I'm going to use it mostly, as well as plugging in some video game consoles to the HDMI and getting some mobile gaming in. But yeah, anyway, huge thanks to Vankyo for sending this in once again, and hopefully this video makes it out before Christmas, if not around Christmas, in time for the new year. So if any of you guys are interested in picking one of these up, links will be down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.